Hey, my name is Aiden, and I've decided to start this channel based on whether a movie is considered trash, whether a movie is considered art, and where is that line, and where does it divide, and what basically causes a movie to be either garbage or a great piece of art. And I've decided to take on films that are either considered pretentious, way too artsy, or films that are considered garbage. You got your Cannibal Holocaust versus your Tree of Life. And I'm going to try to focus majority on movies that I haven't seen so I can give an opinion based on what I feel and what I think about the film. So for the first film, what I've decided to do is The Brown Bunny. Now, Brown Bunny is a 2003 film directed by Vincent Gallo, starring Vincent Gallo and Chloe Sevigny. Um, all I know about this movie is the blowjob in the end of the movie. So I mean that I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen Buffalo 66. I've never seen one of these guys' movies. All I know is that scene and the fact that Billy from Entourage is somewhat based on him. So I'm going into this movie completely blind. Haven't seen a trailer. It doesn't have like a Blu-ray release, I don't think. Probably some weird German media book or something like that. But I'm gonna go into it blind and see if it's actually a great art film. Oh, great! Adults only. Great. So is it an art film? Is it trash? I will let you guys know in about a minute.
How old is this bunny?
Around 1 2 months.
What's the longest a bunny can live for?
About 5 to 6 years.
5 or 6 years.
Yep.
That's the most they can live?
Yep.
Even if you feed it special food or something?
No, they won't live over 5 or 6 years.
All bunnies, even this kind here?
Yep.
So I finished The Brown Bunny. Now, I guess the thing I could say about it is the fact that I did actually enjoy the movie. Now, I think it's it's dull. I will say that it is a dull movie. It is like comprised of like tons and tons of just random driving throughout. I mean, pretty much a majority of the movie is just him driving around in a creeper van for 93 minutes. And like even like the back of the case explains the whole movie to you with the like literally like all the action sequences, but what it doesn't tell you is the fact that in between every little nuance on the back of this DVD case, it's literally just driving. It's him driving in a creeper van, just not aimlessly. He's driving. He just got out of a race in New Hampshire, and he's on his way to go to Los Angeles, and just happens to run into random women. It's a little self-indulgent. He kind of just comes off as like this loner. Um, he can always get the girl, but he doesn't want the girl. He wants a specific girl type character. But I think where like there's a little bit of narcissism, the dull aspect of it, those I would say are negatives. But when it comes to positives, the movie's actually pretty decent. Now, would I recommend this to everybody? No. But I think there is something to be had here. I think there is something that he's trying to tell, a story he's trying to tell, and he does a very, very good job at it. I think he wants to portray himself as this loner character, and kind of show you how isolated this character is, and I think he does a phenomenal job at that. Now, while I think there's not much story there, but what he's trying to portray, he does it very, very well. There's lots of like landscapes. He's driving through like the desert, and basically nice, beautiful, like but very, very realistic version of America. But instead of doing like outside a car shot, everything is done through like in his van with this bug covered window, and it just shows this beautiful like vista through this disgusting windshield. And I think it works. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I think I like that. I was definitely getting a little bit of a gumbo vibes, or sorry, gummo vibes. Definitely some Harmony Korine in there, but it's definitely distinct enough to where it's its own style. I even kind of felt like what's that Scarlett Johansson movie? And Under the Skin. It felt a little bit like Under the Skin as well, which you'd have to watch this movie to kind of like. Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt a little bit like Under the Skin meets Gummo. The compositions are they look amazing, but it's gritty still. It's very human. It's a very human movie, and it's a very depressing movie. I wouldn't say it's, I don't know. At the end of the day, would I say this movie's trash, or would I say it's art? And I would say it's an art film. I would say it's very reserved. I don't think it's that pretentious. Maybe a little narcissistic, but not pretentious. It's very grounded. It's very human, and it's a very good story. I don't think I should talk about spoilers. I think people should actually give this movie a shot, and then say if you watch this video, you can let me know in the comments what you thought about it, or if you've already seen it. Like, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would like to hear people's opinions on this movie, because I really don't think a lot of people have gone out of their way to watch it. I think it had that like blip of being like controversial and like mainstream, and then it's dead, kind of like his career. But I think there's something to be had here. Now, when it comes to the infamous scene, I'm excluding spoilers, but if you have heard of this movie, you know the infamous scene. Do I think it's necessary? I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. It's basically, it's just like, if the movie's just flatlining, it's like a blip in the flat line. Like, it jolts you, like, oh, it's honestly very uncomfortable to watch, and I'm sitting here like, hopefully my roommates don't think I'm watching porn in the living room. Which, granted, a lot of movies I watch I should probably not be watching in the living room, but that's beside the point. Do I think it's necessary? Maybe, but it works. I think the movie works. I liked it. I thought it was fine. I think you should give it a shot. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, though, I'd probably give it a 6.5. But I would call it an art film. I would not say it's trash. And when I say trash, I mean something more exploitative than, art. So you know how there's a thin line between exploitation and art, and the teeters. And I feel like this one does teeter, but it definitely stays over to the art side. It never really crosses into exploitation, even with the graphic nudity, which wasn't a big role. It wasn't a big part of the movie. But thank you for watching, and the next video, I believe, will be... So I'm going to try to go back and forth a little bit, do some exploitation style stuff to see if there is like a hidden gem. Like, could an exploitation movie be an art film? Or is an art film exploitation? But I don't think calling a movie trash is really a bad thing per se. What I mean by this is exploitation. Is it art? And I want to basically compare and contrast the two and try to figure out what makes which one which and what makes something just straight exploitation. But I'm thinking I'm gonna do Happiness. I've never seen that. I picked it up though, so I'm looking forward to that. And Moise, the French movie. But thank you for watching.